today I'm making the most personal piece I've ever done. I did some image transfers before, but this is my very first self-portrait on the channel. I've been asked before if you can make some of my previous pieces with your own photos, and I'm going to be putting that to the test. We'll use a transfer technique, stencils, textures, and so much more. You can't miss this one, so wait to see the finished piece at the end. Hello everyone, this is AB Creative. I hope you're good. Now it's a very special day for me because it's my first day of summer holidays. Yes, finished lessons officially. I actually thought I haven't made a collage or an image transfer for a long time, and I fancy something quite complex but easy to make. I was looking at various canvas and I've decided that this one will be the most suitable. 30 by 40 deep edge canvas. There's some white paint on top here. Let's cut the image out first. I printed my image on a laser printer. However, there's the whole episode that I made experimenting with various image transfers that you can watch if you don't know how to do it, but you can also use your regular inkjet printer and it's going to work beautifully. So this is my original image, but I thought it's going to be better seen if I hype up the contrast a little bit more. So that's the same with a higher contrast. I'm going to cut her out now. By the way, you can find free online images, royalty-free online images. You can use your own photos. So this one is completely free because it's me. Yes, I should probably change my job. By the way, fun fact, some of you do know that I did have another job and I do have another postgraduate degree in a different subject. Just a fun fact about me. So let's cut this one out. I know there'll be lots of questions, so you can guess. How old was I here? Have a good guess. Let's see. Guess in the comments. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to distress those edges because they look kind of unnatural now without the arm. Of course, our image is going to be backwards. I knew it. That's fine. I'll put it here. And now I am going to draw around it. I'm just thinking, should I apply polyacrylic varnish or Mod Podge? Most of you will probably have Mod Podge. I don't know if many of you have polyacrylic varnish. So let's stick to Mod Podge. Easier and quicker. And if I go over the lines, it's absolutely fine. Come on here. There. While I'm waiting for this to get completely dry, I could use that time to add some patterns to the background. What is that I really like? I like trees. So I definitely need some kind of tree pattern. I love botanicals. I do like some fancy writing. My handwriting is cursive and pretty fancy as well, if I can say so. Yeah, the tree was coming out of my head. This is heavy gesso. Even if I get the pattern just somewhere, it doesn't have to be everywhere. Okay. Making the edges more smooth, as if it's disappearing there. Added this one and I'm taking most of it off because I thought it was too much. Here comes my favorite. Let's try my new text. Alright, I'm leaving it to dry. This has been bone dry so quickly. Now, it's not that I want the background really dark. However, I am applying the darker colors first. This is burnt umber. I also have raw umber. That's even darker. Do you know what's the best thing about mixed media work? You can just feel free to add whatever you like. And then only at the very end you kind of try to balance it out. We've got endless possibilities with the collage work. I fancy some purple. You were wondering, why am I using those colors? It's because I do want some darker shadows underneath and I don't want to use black. Thanks to high temperature, it's all dry. I'm going to now add a light layer on top. I've got white gold and a touch of burnt umber. So I want something like an aged paper look. you see how nicely the dark colors peeping underneath? So now I want something to be more seen. It does look a bit like wood, doesn't it? Can lighten it up so you see the positive and the negative image here. Before I peel it off, I think I should darken some of the 3D sections. Palette knife is great for that job because you're only touching the raised surface. Can you see the difference now? This is the positive stencil, this is the negative stencil. I'm still staying within the same color palette. Thinking about color wheel, of course purples go really well with yellow. This is probably too much. Oh, just a touch of it's like, in your face. Immediately makes things more alive, doesn't it? One more thing, when we mix the Naples yellow with purple, we're getting this pinky purple, warmer purple. Yeah, that was one of the most important colors. Time for water here. I don't want a puddle of water, but I do want the surface layer soaked. And yes, of course, I am going to distress some of the edges. Starting with something that's safe, always a good idea. Again, we've got a scorching hot day. This is going to be getting dry before I do respray it. 30 something degrees. Again, very nice and vibrant. Notice that I'm not taking any color off, which is often the case with the inkjet printer. Now I can clean every single layer till I get to the vibrant color like I did here, or I can leave a little bit of a mist, like a faint. That's what's needed. The edges are going to be messed up, so I'm scraping them, but I'm very careful with the face, obviously. I do apologize for my nails are so dirty from the brown, I can't clean them properly. I tried. Imagine you're peeling off your face mask or something like this. So it's interesting how it works. So all the paper layer comes off. Basically, Mod Podge has trapped the pigment onto the canvas. Look at all this. Now I've left the edges and I've left some of the film around here. I'm going to put some paint over the edges. Of course, I'm using the same paint or similar paint that I used on the background. While the transfer is getting dry, I went to my storeroom. I looked at images that I might use for the collage. Some of the birds I painted. I do like this one. I have another bird. And I picked those because they're similar colors. So we've got a hydrangea that I could cut out. But to be honest, with the color scheme, I'll probably go with these. I don't want a shiny image. So I am applying clear glaze. Let's leave it to dry. It's milky now, but should dry clear. I wanted to show you something because I am planning a distressed background. Look at the image. You see, this is me not peeling everything off very carefully. So we've got this kind of withered look on the photo as well. You understand why in a second. I've always loved adding tissue paper to my artworks. I did it many years ago, a couple of pieces, and I really enjoyed it. And I was planning here, partially covering the stuff that I've made with tissue. I could use Mod Podge, I could use something else, but I do have transparent gesso, and that should work really well. One side and then the other. While I'm doing it, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you who take time, comment on my videos, send your love. I'm really so thankful. At the same time, I do want to apologize if I don't always have time to answer. I read them all and I really appreciate them. I bought these because I thought they would look really nice. Oh, lots of lovely purple flowers. I cut this out and no, I don't want it. I don't want any more flowers like these. No, I'm not preparing anything. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. The painting takes me somewhere. Touch of white and gold. See what happens with our patterns now. Probably should have used my palette knife. That's way better. You know what? I can go crazy here. After all, it's my portrait. I put some blue tack so it doesn't move. And now I'm thinking, why am I putting orchids here? Because I'm very well known in my family circles for growing orchids. I always have orchids. I take tons of photos of orchids. I painted these. I kind of like orchids. I don't have a huge stencil of a tree. These are the only ones I have. But you know what? I made so many 3D trees. I don't need a stencil. I can use my paste. This is going to be an extension of this one. How nicely it goes together with this. I can use wet brush to fix it. The beauty of the tree branches is that they are so gnarly, so messy. Everything goes. Do you know what I want to go here? Another stem for my orchid. Oh, like this. I wanted to add some text to my artwork and I printed some verses on tissue paper, so I stuck it to the normal paper and then I put it through my inkjet printer. I think I would add the words in a kind of slightly Japanese style. I do like text on my artwork, on my personal artwork, that's for sure. Well, I do have a big problem now because I want to add more and more and more. Oh, by the way, I did find a portrait I was inspired by, my self-portrait years ago. Yeah, no image. You can see similar colors, similar themes. I went a bit more floral this time. Anyway, that's a photocopy. And then I remembered about those. And I found them. So I'm going to be adding some leaves. Could not resist some of these. I printed that on tissue for one of the paintings. But I think it was the bird. Yeah, that was done for the bird. Our little job of painting the branches. The 3D branches, of course. I am using raw umber as I used in the background. I might add a little bit of black for contrast, we'll see. The branches are done. Now this part, I am going to use burnt umber instead of raw umber. Make it a little bit lighter. I did say I want more tissue, yes. Now this tissue is going over some of the sections that I've done so far. I do like this hazy effect, you know. So as you can see, I am putting gesso gently on the background first, and if I think it's a bit too messy, I can spray it with water and smooth the wrinkles a little bit. I'm liking this kind of light bit. Found my flowers. What else? Can somebody please stop me? Can you stop me? I found something intriguing, truly. Oh, of course, I'm looking for A and B. I think I bought it like probably 10 years ago. Let's try it on a piece of paper. I am not going to use ink. I am going to use acrylic paint. See if I spread it like this. Oh, nice. That's cute. How about like here? Okay, interesting. Finally, I'm giving up. That's it. Not doing anything else. Just that. That's looking good. Making sure it's all well stuck. I forgot. Leaves. The leaves, of course, the leaves. Okay. So one will be somewhere here. And a couple of small ones. Let's take those horrible gloves off. I can't work in them. Look at my wet hands. I sprayed my leaves. They're so pretty. Now I'm putting my clear gesso here. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure what I want, but it does make sense putting one golden leaf here, I think. Big ones, a bit more unruly. There we are. Please let me know what you think of this one in the comments. It really helps the algorithm and helps me create all the free content for you. Don't forget to check out my Patreon for extended versions of my tutorials. And if you want to own any of my original art, head over to my website abcreativeofficial.com. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week. Bye bye.